Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Daily. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy you're here today. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. Before we start, I want to say I'm proud of you. Learning a new language is hard, and you're doing it. That takes courage. Now, today we need to talk about something that stresses out many English learners. English tenses. Have you ever felt this way? You want to say something, you know the words, but then you think, wait, do I say I go, or I went, or I am going? And you freeze. You don't know which one is correct. I hear this all the time. Emma, I know many words, but I always use the wrong tense. People don't understand me, or I'm so afraid to speak. There are too many tenses. Listen, I understand. English has many tenses, and it feels overwhelming. But here's the good news. You don't need to learn everything at once. There is one tense that will help you in 60% of your daily conversations. Just one. And that's what we're focusing on today. Present simple. I'm not going to give you boring grammar rules. Instead, I'm going to tell you a story about a real person. And through that story, you'll understand naturally how present simple works. Oh, and this is part one of a special series. We're going to follow one person, Alex, through one day, just one Monday. Today, episode 1, we tell Alex's Monday story in present simple, like it's happening now, today. Next week, episode 2, the same Monday, the same story, but in past simple, like it happened yesterday. Week 3, episode 3, the same Monday again, but in future simple, like it will happen tomorrow. Same person, same actions, same day, only the time changes, and the verbs. By the end, you see exactly how tenses work, and it will feel natural, not confusing. Ready? Take a deep breath. Let's begin. So why are we learning present simple first? Because this is how we talk about things happening now, today, or things that are true right now. When someone asks, "What do?" You answer, "I work at a restaurant." Present simple. At the store, "Do you have milk?" Present simple. Meeting your neighbor. "I live in apartment 3B. Present simple. Your boss asks, "What time do you start tomorrow?" You say, "I start at 9 a.m. Present simple. See, this tense is everywhere. So what is present simple for? Remember 3 things. Number 1, your daily routine. Things you do every day, every week. Regular habits. Example, I wake up at 7. I take the bus. And I drink coffee. Number 2, facts about your life. True things that don't change quickly. Example, I live in New York. I work at a hospital. I speak 2 languages. Number 3, your feelings and opinions. What you like, want, think. Example, I like pizza. I don't like cold weather. Oh, I want to learn English. That's it. Routines, facts, and feelings. Remember these 3 things. Now, Let me introduce you to someone. His name is Alex, and I'm going to tell you about one of his Mondays, a typical Monday in his life. While I tell the story, just listen. Feel how the language works. Here's Alex's story. Alex's story, morning to evening. This is a Monday in Alex's life. Let me tell you what happens on his Mondays. Alex is 28 years old. He lives in New York City. He moved there 6 months ago. He wants a better life, more opportunities, but life is not easy. He doesn't speak English perfectly. He doesn't have much money, but he works hard. Let me tell you about Alex's Monday. On Monday mornings, Alex wakes up at 6:30 a.m. His alarm rings and he gets out of bed. He lives in a small apartment with 2 roommates. They share one bathroom, so Alex is quick in the morning. He takes a shower, he brushes his teeth, he gets dressed in his work clothes, black pants and a white t-shirt. Then he goes to the kitchen. Alex doesn't eat a big breakfast on Mondays. He doesn't have much time. He makes instant coffee. Just hot water and coffee powder. He eats 2 pieces of toast with peanut butter. That's his breakfast. His roommate Maria cooks scrambled eggs on Monday mornings. They smell amazing, but Alex doesn't have time to cook. He needs to leave at 7:20 a.m. At 7:20, Alex leaves his apartment. He walks to the subway station. It takes 10 minutes. Alex doesn't drive. He doesn't own a car. In New York, the subway is faster and cheaper. The train comes at 7:30. It's Monday morning, so the train is very crowded. Alex gets on and stands near the door. The ride takes 45 minutes. During this time, Alex practices English on his phone. He uses a language learning app. He does a quick lesson, just 10 minutes. At 8:15 a.m., Alex arrives at the restaurant. It's called Giovanni's. He works as a prep cook. That means he prepares ingredients for the main chefs. On Mondays, he chops onions, tomatoes, and peppers. He makes marinara sauce, a red tomato sauce for pasta. He prepares chicken breasts for the lunch menu. It's physical work, but Alex likes it. He feels productive. His boss is Marco. Marco speaks Italian and English, but he doesn't speak Spanish. Alex's first language. So Alex speaks English all day at work. 6 months ago. This is scary. Alex makes many mistakes. But now it's better. He understands most things. He still makes mistakes, but he improves every week. The restaurant opens at 11 a.m. From 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. is the busiest time, lunch rush. Orders come in fast. The kitchen gets hot and loud. Alex moves quickly. He doesn't talk much. He focuses on his work. At 2 p.m., the lunch rush ends. Alex takes his break. He eats the staff meal. On Mondays, it's usually pasta with meatballs. He sits in the back and rests for 30 minutes. His shift ends at 6 p.m. Alex is tired, but on Mondays, He doesn't go straight home. At 6:15 p.m., Alex leaves the restaurant. He takes the subway to the community center. Monday is his English class day. The class starts at 6:30 p.m. and finishes at 8:30 p.m. His teacher is Miss Johnson. She's about 50 years old and very patient. Miss Johnson doesn't speak Spanish, so everyone speaks English in class. On Mondays, they practice asking and answering questions about daily routines. Miss Johnson asks questions. Students answer. Do you have a job? Yes, I do. I work at a restaurant. Do you like your job? Yes, I like it. Back and forth, practicing. Alex feels good in this class. 6 months ago, he doesn't speak English well, but now he understands almost everything. At 8:30 p.m., class ends. Alex walks to the subway station. He's hungry. On the way home, he stops at a small grocery store. He buys rice, chicken, and vegetables. On Monday nights, he doesn't buy expensive things because he saves money to send home to his family. Alex arrives home at 9:15 p.m. He's very tired, but he cooks dinner. He makes fried rice with chicken and vegetables, a simple meal from his home country. His roommate Maria smells the food. She asks, "Alex, what do you cook? It smells so good." Alex smiles and says, "Just fried rice. Do you want some?" Maria says yes, and they eat together. After dinner, Alex does his homework from class. Miss Johnson always gives homework on Mondays. He writes 10 sentences about his daily routine. I wake up at 6:30. I take the subway to work. I work at Giovanni's restaurant. I don't drive a car. I study English on Monday evenings. At 10 p.m., Alex calls his mother back home. She asks, "How is your day?" Alex says, "Good, Mama. I work hard. I study English. I'm okay." They talk for 15 minutes. Alex misses his family so much, but he knows why he is here, in New York. He has big dreams. At 10:30 p.m., Alex goes to bed. He sets his alarm for 6:30 a.m. Tomorrow is Tuesday, a different day. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are the same. He wakes up, works, studies English, and sleeps. This is Alex's Monday. Simple, honest, hard work. But Alex doesn't give up. He shows up. He tries. And that's present simple. The tense of routines, of facts about your life, of things that are true and stable right now. Okay, so you just heard about Alex's Monday, and I bet you noticed something. When I talked about what Alex does, what's true in his life, I kept using the same patterns over and over again. He wakes up, he works, she doesn't speak, do you have? These patterns, this is the structure of present simple. And the beautiful thing is, it's actually really simple. Let me break it down for you, but I'm going to do it the way it actually works in your brain, not like a textbook. So first, let's talk about when you're saying what you do, what's true, Like when Alex says, I work at a restaurant, or I take the subway. This is easy. You just say I, and then the action. I work, I live, I take, I drink, you, we, they. Same thing. You work, we live, they take. But here's where it gets interesting. When you're talking about another person, he, she, or it, you need to add a little s or es to the end of the verb. So, I work becomes he works. I live becomes she lives. I go becomes he goes. Now, why does English do this? Honestly, I don't know. English is just weird like that. But that's the rule. When it's he, she, or it, add that s. And you know what? This is the mistake I hear most often. People forget that s. They say, he work at a restaurant instead of he works at a restaurant. So if you can just remember this one thing, he, she, it needs an s. You're already better than most learners. A couple of special ones to watch out for. Have becomes has. So I have, but she has. And do becomes does. I do homework, but he does homework. These are just weird ones. You have to remember. Now, what about when you want to say what you don't do? Like Alex doesn't drive, or I don't eat breakfast. This is where English actually makes things easier for you. Believe it or not. You just use the word don't or doesn't. For I, you, we, they, you say don't. I don't drive. You don't speak French. They don't work on Sundays. For he, she, it, you say doesn't. He doesn't drive. She doesn't speak Spanish. It doesn't cost much. And here's the magic part. Once you use don't or doesn't, the verb goes back to normal. No s anymore. So even though you say he works, when you make it negative, you say he doesn't work, not doesn't works. The doesn't is already telling us it's he, so the verb doesn't need that s anymore. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. They think, oh, it's he, so I need to add s, and they say he doesn't works. But no, after doesn't, the verb stays simple. He doesn't work, she doesn't like, it doesn't cost. Let me say that again because it's important. After don't or doesn't, no s on the verb, ever. Now, what about questions? When you want to ask something like, do you work here? Or does she speak English? Questions are actually fun because English has this little trick. You put the word do or does at the beginning. That's how people know you're asking a question. For I, you, we, they, start with do. Do you work here? Do they speak English? Do we need tickets? For he, she, it, start with does. Does he work here? Does she speak English? Does it cost money? And again, same rule as negatives. After do or does, the verb stays simple. So it's does he work, not does he works. The does is already doing the job. How do you answer? Super simple. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, she does. No, he doesn't. That's it. Let me give you some real examples. from Alex's life and from your life too. From Alex's story, Alex wakes up at 6:30, he plus verb with S. He doesn't drive. Doesn't plus verb without S. Maria cooks eggs. She plus verb with S. Do you want some? Question with do. At work, you might say, I start at 9 a.m. Or ask your coworker, what time does she finish? At the store, excuse me, do you have milk? Or how much does this cost? Meeting your neighbor? I live in apartment 4B. Do you live on this floor? At the doctor, does he have insurance? See, this is real English. This is what you meet every single day, and it's all present simple. Once you get comfortable with these patterns, the positive, the negative, the questions, you can talk about so much of your daily life. You can communicate. We learned present simple today through Alex's Monday story. I hope it feels clearer now, less scary. Remember Alex. He wakes up at 6:30 on Mondays. He takes the subway. He works hard at the restaurant. He goes to English class, even when he's tired. He practices every single Monday. He doesn't give up. Learning English is the same. It's not about one big moment. It's about showing up regularly. Small steps, consistent practice. Present simple is the tense of routines, of facts about your life, of things that are stable and true right now. You're doing the same thing. You're here, learning. You showed up today. I'm proud of you. Now, here's what makes this series special. This was part 1 of our 3-part series. Today, episode 1, Alex's Monday in Present Simple. Alex wakes up at 6:30. He takes the subway. He works at the restaurant. Tomorrow, we're not learning new grammar. Tomorrow, we practice. I'm going to ask you questions about Alex's story. Lots of questions. You pause, answer out loud, then check your answer. Present simple, Q&A practice. Next week, the past simple episode, the same Monday, the same actions, but in past simple. Week 3, the future simple episode, the same Monday, the same actions again, but in future simple. Same person, same actions, same Monday routine. Only one thing changes, the time, and how we change the verbs. When you hear the same story 3 times in 3 different tenses, something magical happens in your brain. You start to feel the difference. You understand naturally when to use each tense. You see the pattern. This is how we learn languages naturally, through repetition with small changes, not through memorizing rules in a textbook. So please come back next week. We're telling Alex's Monday again, but this time, what did Alex do last Monday? Past simple. Please subscribe to Speak English Daily, click the bell, and share with a friend learning English. Your homework. Write 10 sentences about your routine. Simple, honest sentences. Examples. I wake up at 7. I work at a store. I don't drive. Post them in the comments. I read every comment and give feedback. Also, free PDF in the description and in the pinned comment below. It includes Alex's story, 50 present simple sentences, and key notes to help you review. Download it and use it after this lesson. Before you go, thumbs up if this helped, and comment. What time do you wake up? Do you work? Do you study English? Use present simple to tell me about your routine. Thank you for being here. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. Just practice a little, regularly, like Alex. I'm Emma from Speak English Daily. See you tomorrow for Present Simple Q&A practice. We'll ask and answer questions about Alex's Monday. Keep practicing. Don't be afraid of mistakes. You're doing great. Take care, everyone. Bye.